Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm your girl, the BWP, and back with another video today, delving deep into the world of
anti-vegan nonsense.
And this is inspired by a friend of mine called the Phlegm Face, who is on YouTube. You should all go and check out her channel. She has a series called Anti-Vegan Nonsense and it's really funny. It's hilarious. And I suggest you go over to her channel and check out that series because it's hilarious, it's so on point, and it's just really rather, it's just good. So you should just go and check it out. Do it now, go on. Seafood boss slams vegan tuna as a slap in the face. Oh, a slap in the face. I feel so offended by vegan tuna. Ooh, I feel quite offended by your vegan tuna. Yes, the vegans have really overstepped the mark here. Not only do I feel quite insulted and humiliated by the vegans who have come up with a soy-based, sustainable, plant-based protein. It's so humiliating for me. It's like a slap in the face. Do you know what makes things even worse? Is that the vegans, they have used the same packaging as the seafood industry to package up and market their plant-based tuna to the consumer. What is that? Oh, I know. It's a slap in the face! The audacity of these vegans to compete with a plant-based product against the Australian seafood industry. It really does hurt my feelings because of the fact that plant-based alternatives to animal-based products are advancing so quickly, have generated so much demand. How else am I meant to feel like, apart from it being a slap in the face? I would say it's more like a kick in the balls, actually, or a kick in the fanny. Could be a kick in the fanny too. Since, you know, people have cottoned on to the fact that the fishing industry is completely unsustainable. Not only that, but it's completely brutal to fish. Not only are people more cottoned on to that fact, no, these things aside, this industry has worked so hard to build up this reputation. Look, it says here, we've worked so hard to establish a solid reputation. The Seafood Industry Australia Chief Executive, Jane Lovell, had also said the plant-based fish substitutes used tactics which verged on being false and misleading. So this is in regards to the brand who market themselves as Tuna. Notice the play on words there. It's tuna, but it's no tuna. It's Tuno. The clue is in the name. Tuno, right? Get it? Get it? But this chief executive of the seafood industry for Australia, she don't think it's that funny. Oh no, she don't. Because Tuno, which is marketed as a vegetarian fishless tuna, which tastes similar to regular tin tuna, but it is made from water, soy, flour, yeast extract, maltodextrin, and salt instead of fish. No, Tuno, nuh-uh. That's not funny. It's not funny. It's a slap in the face. And one thing I would say to this kind of notion that the product is misleading because it has a slightly different name to the word tuna, I would love to ask this chief executive of the seafood industry for Australia to delineate whether the plant-based tuna is disproportionately more misleading than any other plant-based product that is marketing itself as an alternative to an animal product. I wonder what she would say. Because the Holocaust industries, like the Australian seafood industry, love to take shots, don't they, at vegan products, at plant-based products. And they love to use sort of non-arguments towards defending the Holocaust, don't they? If you are actually trying to avoid eating meat, then why do you pretend that you are eating meat? I don't quite understand. Why would one to make something look like tuna when it's not? It's not tuna. It gets to a point where it sounds so very desperate, doesn't it? When you sit down and you basically sitting there cringing at the fact that a chief executive of a company, of an industry, a chief executive of a huge industry of Australia tells you that not tuna is not tuna. Tuno. I don't know what the ICCC would think about this. Yeah, just you wait until they hear about this. And then there's gonna be trouble. Just you wait and see what's gonna happen, boys and girls. Just you wait and see how much trouble you're going to get into. Fuck you, vegans. Fuck you. Now, when companies like Greggs innovate a vegan sausage roll and KFC innovate a vegan chicken burger, and you frequent those establishments in order to indulge in pretending that you're eating the real thing when you're actually eating the plant-based alternative to the animal flesh. When you're doing that, it seems like there's not a lot of pushback from the pig Holocaust industry or the chicken Holocaust industry in regards to those companies misleading consumers into buying the plant-based option. Seems to me they have these big signs, they have these menus on the wall, they have all these adverts. Somehow there's a difference between those companies and products that you have to pick up yourself in a supermarket and put them into a trolley. You have to pick them up yourself and put them into a trolley. When you go to KFC or McDonald's, you have to point to what you want and order it. You have to say the words, "I would like a vegan chicken burger, please." And then they give you the product and you take it home with you. When you go to the supermarket, you have to read what it says on the tin in order to acquire the thing that it is that you went into the shop to buy. You know, you can have a list of things that you want to buy, or you can go in and you can read the labels and see what they are and think, what the hell, I'm gonna try this today. You have to read labels and you can't just point at pictures on the menu. And you can't, it's not spoken word, it's the act of actually reading what's on the label and then taking in that information and thinking, what does this word mean? What does the word tuna mean to me? A vegan sausage roll, vegan hamburger, vegan chicken, vegan cheese, plant-based milk, plant-based tuna? What the... I don't know, maybe it's because the consumer can go into KFC, the consumer can go into Greggs, and they can just point at the menu and point what they want. And these companies have innovated a way to distinguish the flesh-based products from the vegan products, and they've managed to do this in the form of words and pictures. The words express the meaning. The meaning of the word vegan is quite obvious just by the virtue of the word vegan on the product. So it will have vegan or it will have plant-based in the name. And they've managed to do that so the customer can point at the menu and the picture on the menu, and it looks like a really tasty burger, looks like a really tasty sausage roll, much the same as the flesh-based alternatives. So what these companies have actually done, and they've used really tasty food and taken a picture of that tasty food to make the consumer want the food. And what the consumer is actually doing is indulging in this bizarre behaviour of wanting to eat fast food, really tasty junk food. It's just so delicious. Such bizarre behaviour. And they have the audacity to be against an animal holocaust of global proportions. I mean, just blows my mind. But these companies, they're obviously misleading the consumer disproportionately less than vegan tuna. Yeah, they need the industry who drive an unsustainable operation, which is in fact brutal to fish. I mean, how is it that killing fish is sustaining fish? Murdering fish sustains fish. I mean, all right, that's enough internet for me today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed to the Phlegm Face, I suggest you go over to there now. I mean, if you haven't already, what are we doing here still? Come on.